What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the week's hottest topics, you guys. So these are going to be the hot topics for the week of July the 1st through July the 7th, you guys. Wow, my birthday is coming up really soon. 2 weeks to be a little less than 2 weeks now. But yeah, before we go ahead and get into these hot topics, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a huge solid favor and please stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning your post notifications on, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about what is hot and what is trending this week. There's an airplane that just flew over. All right, you guys. So this has been a very, very eventful week, and it's Thursday when I'm recording this. So it's been very eventful. But yeah, and this week, this video is probably going to be a little long because there are a lot of things to discuss. So I guess we'll start up with the first thing that just recently happened, which Keke Palmer, you guys. So you guys know that Keke Palmer is in a relationship with what is that boy's name? Darius something. His name is Darius. I forget what his name. Darius Jackson. So if you guys aren't familiar with who Darius Jackson is, which a lot of us probably weren't familiar with Darius prior to, getting with Keke. So Darius is the brother of Saranis Jackson. If you guys be like, who is Saranis? Y'all remember he played Dro on Insecure, and he also played Marcus on Games People Play on BET, right? So that's his little brother. And this week he did something that I thought was a little, he shouldn't have. It was disrespectful as hell, right? So Keke went out with some friends, and I didn't have an issue with what she had on, right? I thought she looked good. I mean, I think everybody has been saying with Keke, this post baby body, it's giving what it's supposed to give, and it is what it is, right? So she went to go see Usher, and I don't know why this thing just really switched from what I was looking at. But she went to go see Usher. He felt the way about the outfit that she had on. Honestly, I don't think it was the outfit that she had on. I think it was the fact that, when she got there, we saw her, she turned her camera around so that we can see the screen where Usher, his shirt was open. Then Usher serenaded her. I think, honestly, that was the issue that he had. It wasn't the fact that she had that dress on, because that outfit that she had on, it wasn't. I mean, again, she looks damn good, because the boobs are boobing. She's pretty much, it's like a onesie almost, so you can't really see much. So I don't know what his issue was, but I just feel like he had an issue with the fact that Usher serenaded her, right? So it says in the video circulating on social media, Usher is seen serenading Keke Palmer with his song "There Goes My Baby." As he sang, the duo hugged and swayed to the music. Palmer, a fellow singer, also had a brief turn at the mic. Like, I don't understand what his issue was. So then I think he got on Twitter, and it's just it's the way he did it publicly, right? So he said, "It's the outfit though. You a mom." Palmer's boyfriend and the father of her son, Leotis, commented on Twitter in a response to the clip. Social media was quick to drag Jackson in the replies. "Don't date a baddie if you gonna be this insecure," one fan tweeted. Absolutely right. And then he doubled down on it too, and that was the thing that I had. Then another person wrote, "Not you jealous of your baby mother. You right, she's a mom, not a wife." So Jackson doubled down later, tweeting, "We live in a generation where a man of the family I'm gonna repeat that. Jackson doubled down later, tweeting, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation," he continued. "I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." Well, let me rest the case for you, sir. She is the mother of your son, but she is not your wife. you haven't put a ring on that finger. And to go back to what he said, I'm gonna double back on what he says. Family doesn't, he says we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. Well, I don't think she was trying to please others, and she really wasn't showing, like, you could see the cheeks, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't that bad. So then, like, why are we policing women's bodies is the problem that I have. She looked good. You knew who Keke Palmer was when you got with her. It's Keke Palmer. Like, she's Keke Palmer. We don't know you. And so I do know that, since then, there have been a lot of things that have come out about him, about the fact that some of the things that he said about Alton Sterling, the fact that he had an issue that people were protesting, Chester Cheeto, sir. I think it's going to be best that you just kind of sit yourself down and let it go, right? So in response, one of Palmer's fans tweeted, "So she's a new mom and she looks so great and is having a great time and not even doing too much. Instead of being dope and gassing new mama having fun, you choose to try and check her with a gossip blog quote in front of the world. Why do you feel compelled to do such a thing?" The fan added. Man, I am here for that. But then I saw somebody that also posted, he's talking about Keke, but I saw a picture of him in the mirror, no shirt on, in his drawers. So are you a good representation as well? Because let's ask that question, right? Oh, this baby's so cute. So it says here, Palmer has yet to publicly address Jackson's comments. She did, however, post her outfit on Instagram Wednesday evening. And this is a quote from Keke. "I wish I had taken more pictures, but we were running late." Come on, Keke. Like, you guys know, I love Keke, and I don't care. Keke is a 29-year-old woman. She looks good. What does he expect from? Like, do you want her to wear a burlap sack or something like that? Like, calm down, dude. It ain't that deep. It really ain't. Like I said a few minutes ago, you are not married to this girl. She is not your wife, so I don't know why you're trying to police her body, dictate what she does. Again, like I said, I really truly believe that the issue is the fact that she got serenaded by Usher. Like, if it wasn't that, because the outfit, she didn't look bad. And then I know somebody posted a video of him with this cheetah or leopard on, where she was, making her cheeks clap. So which one is it, sir? But like I said, for me, the biggest issue that I have is that he did this so publicly. Like, you were trying to shame her and embarrass her in public, and I just wasn't here for that. But I definitely do want you guys to tell me down in the comment section, what do you guys think about that? And we'll pause here and move forward. All right, you guys. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this debacle that happened. When did this happen? I noticed it when I woke up. I believe it was Sunday morning, or it was Sunday morning. So when I wake up in the morning, especially on the weekends, I'll get up and I'll go get me something to eat. I'll come back home at 9 o'clock. I'll watch Meet the Press, and then after that, I'll get into whatever shows we have on from the Saturdays, right? So that could be Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage DC. And then throughout that timeline, I'm perusing through social media. So I'm looking at Instagram, I'm looking at Twitter, right? Well, this Sunday, I saw somebody on my Twitter, and they were like, "What does limited tweets mean?" And so I didn't respond to it because I was like, shit, I ain't never saw that before, right? So then I looked and I was like, okay, maybe about an hour in, I was trying to refresh my timeline, and I was like, why is it saying limited tweets? So then I started going to other people's Twitters to see, can I see if they're saying the same thing, right? Child, when I tried to go to other people's Twitters, it said limited tweets on them. I was like, okay, this is odd. Then I went to go look at my timeline again, still said limited tweets. Then something said, go look at your Twitter, go look at your actual your tweets. I couldn't even see my own tweets. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I ain't got time for Twitter today, so we can just let it be, right? So I don't know when I decided. I just went on Google, on my phone and Safari, and I just, typed in this Twitter down. So that was trending. I was like, okay, so it's not just me that's saying, limited tweets. So later on that day, Musty Elon came out and said that he did it, basically trying to stop. I forgot what he said he was trying to stop, and I don't really care to quote him, but he was trying to stop something, right? And so what he did was he limited people who were verified to reading, I think, 6,000 tweets, and that's not including the ones that you tweet yourself, right? That means if you scroll up and down your timeline, those are included, right? And then people who weren't verified, you could only see 600 tweets, and then new accounts, you could only look at 400 tweets. And I was like, wait a minute, so you're policing what we can look at now? Like, sir, get off the gas. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. I don't need the likes of you, because it kind of felt like, so my little cousin, his mom has she has a timer on his phone, so it turns off at 9 o'clock, and only she can unlock it. I was like, I'm not a 10-year-old child. I'm not a kid. So you don't give me parental guidelines, because that's really what it felt like, was parental guidelines. So then later on in the day, I noticed that he put out another tweet, and he said, well, he upped it from 600 tweets to 800 tweets, and then it was 600 tweets. It went from 600 tweets unverified to 800 tweets unverified. Then it went from 6,000 verified to 8,000 verified. And I was like, still, all you're going to do is run Twitter into the hole. And for me, when it comes down to it, I keep looking at him. I'm like, only thing that you're doing with Twitter is and I saw a lot of, like, you guys know that meme where it's that mannequin, and that one mannequin is pointing to the other mannequin, and that mannequin is like this. Somebody thought that they really did something. So somebody had the one mannequin that's pointing that they're verified, and then this person right here isn't verified, and everybody under that person's tweet was like, this isn't doing what you thought it was gonna do. You look stupid paying for Twitter, not us. Just because you get to look at more tweets, you still look stupid. And I don't care that Twitter Blue is $8 a month. I refuse to pay for it. And that's really all it is a cash grab. Here's my thing. I've been on Twitter now, mind you. This is my second Twitter. This is actually my third Twitter, because I had one when I first started. It was, what was that name? When I first started, follow_my nuts, or something like that was a Twitter. Then I changed it. I was like, because I was like, because it had my full name on it. So I was like, ooh, you can't have that on there, especially because my mom was like, what if people do searches for you on the internet? I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I changed it to JB_the CEO. That one has been since suspended. Then I had another one, and that one has since been suspended. So I'm on the third one, and then I have a burner Twitter. I have two burner, so I have three currently. The main one that you guys see me tweet on _Jbsayzwhat. Then I have another one that's a burner of my second burner. I won't be giving you guys a name to those accounts, but yeah. So I've been around Twitter since 2009, and it's been free since then. So I absolutely refuse to do that. Absolutely not, right? So then also this week, there have been some other new apps that have appeared. So the first one that I have joined, I haven't finished my registration on it, which is called Spill, but I will once I do figure out Spill and how to work it, then I absolutely will go on, and I will give you guys my information for Spill. I feel like it's gonna actually, I'm gonna make Spill Jbsayzwhat as well, and I think it is Jbsayzwhat currently, but I will actually, if I remember, I'll put it in the description box if you guys want to follow me. Then there's another app that came out I think this one came out yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or I noticed it yesterday, and it is called Threads. So this is part of Meta. Now, I did just see before I came on here to do this video that it looks like um, Instagram and Threads are connected to each other, right? So I did see that if you want to, and I don't know how true this is, that if you want to delete your Threads account, you'll have to delete your Instagram account. I don't know how true that is, but so don't take it my word for that. Just that's what I just saw. But yeah, I am on Threads, and it is Jbsayzwhat. So feel free to follow me on there as well. I think Threads is just kind of basically Twitter. I feel like it's just Twitter, and I actually kind of like it. I like it. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about the whole debacle with Elon and Twitter and the limited tweets. And let me know what you guys thought about what you got. If you guys are, let me know if you guys in the comments section are on Spill, and if you guys are on Threads. Let me know that in the comment section below, and let's go ahead and pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I think we'll talk about is Beyonce. So you guys know Beyonce is on her Renaissance tour, right? And I was on I was on Instagram yesterday, right? And I just happened to look and see that some of her tours, some of her stops in the tour have either been postponed or canceled. And I was like, I be a monkey's uncle. I was looking up like, girl, for the love of God, please don't let Dallas be on that list, right? Cause I was like, don't let Dallas be on there. Don't let Dallas be on there, right? So, Beyonce's fans in the Steel City may have to travel elsewhere to see her Renaissance World Tour after the show in Pittsburgh was canceled. The Break My Soul singer was scheduled to perform at the, I don't know how to pronounce this stadium. It was wherever she was supposed to perform. She was supposed to perform there on August 3rd. However, on Wednesday, the venue announced the show was canceled due to production logistics and scheduling issues. It says refunds will be issued to fans at the point of purchase. The venue said in a statement, Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey said the city was fully prepared to welcome Beyonce to the city, even planning to honor her with an official day to recognize her accomplishment. So here's the thing. How was there an issue with scheduling and production logistics? Did y'all not think about this far in advance? Like, that's very weird. Very weird. So it says, we are in conversations with the promoter for the event in order to gain an understanding about what led to the cancellation, and if there's anything we can do as a city to find a new date or location for the show, Gainey wrote in a statement Tuesday. Beyonce has not commented on the Pittsburgh show being canceled, but it has already been removed from her tour website. There are no dates listed between her scheduled August 1st show in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and August 5th and 6th shows at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The Renaissance tour, we already know where it began. That's really interesting. So, after finishing the European leg of the tour, Beyonce is scheduled to debut the show in North America and Toronto on Saturday. The tour is scheduled to wrap up in Kansas City, Missouri on May 1st. They were also affected by this as well, because it says the Kansas City performers also faced logistics and scheduling issues. And it's like, how did y'all do that? But it was rescheduled. The show was first scheduled for September 18th, but GEHA Field and Arrowhead Stadium announced Wednesday it was moved to October 1st instead. All previously purchased tickets will be honored for the new date. If you have any questions or issues regarding your ticket order, please contact Ticketmaster. The Seattle stop on the tour was also postponed by one day and will now take place September 14th, according to a tweet from Lumen Field. That is really interesting to me that three cities in this, this world tour, either they had two of them had to cancel and two of them had to, move the dates around. And the interesting thing is, so the one Seattle, they're just a few days before the tour date here in Dallas. because she's supposed to be here in Dallas on September 21st, if I remember correctly. I think that's right. Yeah, she's gonna be here September 21st. Lord, please, for the love of, please, Lord, 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 don't let nothing happen to that tour date, right? Because my best friend and I are supposed to go to that, and I want to see Beyonce. Y'all know I love B. Ooh, so and that's really gotta suck though when you think about it, especially for people for the Pittsburgh show, right? If people already bought their tickets, if people plan to travel there, and they've already booked, rental cars, hotels, whatever expenses that they needed to. I wonder what are they gonna do in that regards? Because those people are basically just gonna lose money, especially if they paid and it's non-refundable. Like, I would be so pissed. I would really be pissed off right about. I would be pissed, and I would be raising hell to the venue. Like the venue. Like, here's the thing: how did y'all? What did y'all like? How did y'all? Because it's scheduling, so that means that y'all double booked or something, right? How did that happen? It's so many questions when it comes down to that. And I really do feel bad for those people, especially for Pittsburgh, that that show is canceled. And at this point in time, they aren't rescheduling it. And, so it's in limbo. Right now it's canceled, but you guys did see that I read that they are trying to talk, they're in talks, but that doesn't mean that it's going to go anywhere. But yeah, I would be insanely pissed. I would be raising HE double hockey sticks, like literally would be raising hell about that situation. Are you serious? I would be livid, 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 livid. But if you guys, let me know in the comment section. Do any of you have any of you guys bought tickets for those, like and Seattle, Kansas City, and what was the other one? Seattle, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh. Let me know in the comment section. And we shall pause here and move forward to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So it really does feel like I have been talking about Kim a whole lot lately. And I don't really like that. But let's talk about Kim. First thing I want to say is I saw a picture of Kim. So Kim celebrated the 4th of July with Toya from Married to Medicine and Anila. And that picture of Kim, very alarming how thin she was and her face. It was just a lot. It was a lot going on with her face. So I will say, because I saw a lot of people making jokes about Kim, and have we not learned our lesson with that, you guys? Chadwick Boseman and Tracy Braxton, they were both sick, and y'all made fun of them. Y'all do it with Tammy Roman. Y'all know Tammy is sick. So I wish people would stop doing that kind of stuff, making fun when y'all don't know if they're sick or not. So with Kim, she ain't my favorite person, but what I will say is like I said, she looked very, very thin, and her face, it looked like it was kind of sunk in a little bit. So I'm going to pray for Kim, and I'm gonna hope that everything is okay with Kim, and I'm hoping that it's nothing detrimental. Honestly, I would hope that it's stress, right, from this ongoing divorce battle that she is having with Croy. They stay in the blogs. These two stay in the blogs with Owen people currently, right? That is the biggest thing with Kim and Croy. So it says here, Kim Zolciak Biermann is being, I don't mean to laugh. I'm laughing at this story that I'm about to read you guys. Kim Zolciak Biermann is being sued for her unpaid Target credit card bill. The former, it says Real Housewives of Atlanta star, can we say former? The former Real Housewives of Atlanta star, 45 years old, has a $2,482.24 balance. Girl, you really don't have that? No shade, but I mean, damn. What have you done with your money? Like, I know you were getting you were getting paid for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and when they brought you back for season 10, I know they gave you a good check. and then you had Don't Be Target for years. People. I mean, y'all, somebody go stream that song for her. It won't be JB, but somebody go stream that song for her, right? So it says she allegedly hasn't made a payment since September 2022. Target National Bank filed should they say a complaint? Because it says they filed a complaint, but it means complaint. They filed a complaint on Wednesday, June 28th that claims Zosiak Bierman has failed, neglected, and refused to pay off the principal balance according to the documents obtained by Us Weekly. The legal action comes amid Kiram and Croy's messy split, which was sparked by financial issues, a source exclusively told Us in May. The financial burdens have been a strain on their relationship, the source said of the Bravo star and former NFL player 37, who were married 11 years. Between the tax debt and other financial stresses, it's been difficult. The tax debt was the straw that broke the camel's back in their marriage. Okay, it wasn't the liens on the house. I guess. I guess it wasn't the liens on the house. It was the tax debt. But I think let's look and see. Let's Google Croy real quick because I think he got some issue with him too. Because I think somebody's suing him. Like I believe somebody is suing him. What the fuck did y'all do with y'all's money? I mean, dang. Oh Jesus. Like y'all have a lot of debt. That is the one thing I don't understand people who live. This is one of the classic things about people who live above they mean. I've always said it. If I can't afford it, I don't buy it. And that goes like with my credit card. In my early 20s and stuff, I didn't, I knew about credit cards and I knew that with credit cards, it wasn't really money that I had. It was money that I'm borrowing from my banking institution, right? But 20-year-old me, I just swipe. And I would pay my cards back, but you have more interest. And as I've gotten older, I didn't really come to that realization that I only have one credit card currently. I had two at one point. I had two credit cards at one point. Actually, I had three, but the first credit card that I had, it got stolen, and I canceled that one when it got stolen. But then I had a Best Buy credit card. I let that card go. So now I only have my Capital One credit card, and I try to keep that balance as low as I can, right? But I do use it for little small purchases just to keep, just to keep it current. But I think I came to the realization before, like about 23, 24 years old, because I was getting ready to go into my last, I think about 23, because I was getting ready. I was nearing the end of my college years, right? And I was in business. I studied business, and it was then that I started to learn about credit and how it really was. And I was like, and I think somebody had a conversation. I forget who it was, but somebody literally had a conversation with me, and it might have been my mom. I can't remember, but someone had a conversation with me, and they literally broke it down to me like, those credit cards, that's not money. Which I knew that in my head. I knew that, but as a young man, you couldn't tell me nothing, right? Like especially when I go to the bars, I'd be like, take this credit card and give me that drink. Give me that drink. Like those were things that I was doing stupid things, right? Especially when I had the money on my debit card. I'd be like, yeah, I don't really want to spend the money on my debit card, so let's let's use this credit card. Stupid, right? So by, like I said, 23, 24, that was when I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use my credit card that much, because I still have this mindset today. If I can't afford it without this credit card, then that means I don't need it, right? So here currently, the only things that I put on my credit card are things that I pay back at the end of the month, which is like my streaming services, Netflix, Hulu. Actually, Netflix is on my debit card, but Hulu, Amazon Prime is on my debit card. All my Apple stuff, Peacock, little small things. They do add up, but they don't add up that much, and I pay more than what my credit card is, what my balance is every month, right? So, yeah, that's where I've gotten in my life. If I go to a store to buy something, if I can't afford this without this credit card, that means JB ain't getting it. JB is putting it back. What I can do is I can save up for it, but as far as me going into a store and saying, I want that. Let me get this. Let me use this credit card. Absolutely not. Like, it's just not something that I would do. So back to Croy. So it says that Croy Bierman claims. So it says that Croy Bierman owes thousands in gambling debt. Jesus, what are y'all what are y'all doing with y'all's money? Or lack thereof, I guess you would say, because with all these debts that they have, him with this gambling debt, the tax debt, the lien on that house, his car, y'all were flaunting a lavish lifestyle that y'all couldn't afford. This is like Nene's tagline, season 1 through 3, I believe. I don't keep up with the Joneses. I am the Joneses. These two try to keep up with the Joneses. So Bierman, you guys know that Croy has claimed that Kim has a gambling problem, but I think y'all both have a gambling problem. Because it says Bierman has claimed that Zolciak spends so much time gambling in casinos and online that it takes her attention away from their minor children. Apparently, he spends a good amount of time and money doing the same. Sky Warrior has officially filed a legal claim against Bierman over an unpaid line of credit he was approved for to use at Baha Mar Casino in the Bahamas during a 2021 trip. He was issued $100,000 to gamble. Why? That is not smart. He was issued $100,000 line of credit for use at the casino, using $52,500 of the line of credit. What kind of sense does that make? Now, I know I just literally just said to you guys that if I go to a store and I can't afford something, I don't buy it. This right here makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Why would you borrow money from a casino? Your chances of winning, oh my God, you know you have a slim chance. You have a slim chance of even getting anything from those slot machines or crap tables or any of those. You have a very small chance of winning big at a casino when you go to a casino. Like, my mom used to go to the casino all the time, and she used to always come back home and be upset with her, be pissed off that she went down to the casinos and spent damn near all her money. And I was like, but ma'am, you got yourself to blame. Like she would get so mad. Now she wouldn't. Now let me say this before y'all say anything. She would never go. She would never spend so much money that we couldn't have money for rent. We wouldn't have. She never got to that point. But she would spend a lot. She would spend up her money, right? And she would be mad that she didn't come back with any. She would come back with some money. She'd come back home with money, but sometimes there were a few times where she came back with less than what she spent. And I'm like, well, whose fault is that? And she'd be like, shut up, drama. And I'm like, well, you're fussing at me, and I am a kid, and I can't do anything for you. Then, so when she used to go in the early 90s, when she used to go, this was before debit cards came around, so she would take cash with her, and she would have a select amount of cash in her pocket that she would spend, and she would, that's all that it would be. But then when the debit card came around, that was the worst thing for her, because she would still have her money in her pocket that she was set to spend. Girl, I know you're probably mad at me for telling these people your business, huh? It is what it is. Love you. But yeah, so she would, so she would take her cash that she was gonna spend, right? But then she would also have her debit card in her purse. Now, she would leave her debit card in the car, but when she spent up the money that's in her pockets, she would go back and get her purse and go to the ATM machine and get some more money out. And I'll be like, Mama, why come you just didn't leave your purse in the car in the first place? Like, she's like, I did. Why did you go back for it? Leave me alone. I'm like, well, why are you fussing at me? Again, I am a teenager. I am a kid. I can't help you, my love. So, yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't go to the casinos. I've been, I haven't been as an adult, and I want to go to a casino. And I know for me, I'm a very frugal person. So if I go to a casino, I'm only gonna take a certain amount of money, and that's gonna be that. Once that money is, I'm gonna set aside maybe. If I say I'm gonna set aside $100 or $150, if I don't hit on that $100 or $150, it's a wrap. We'll go to the bar and we're gonna have a drink, and that'll be that, and get something to eat, and that'll be that. But to borrow $100,000 from a casino and you spent up $52,500, Croy, that makes no logical sense whatsoever. So, with this divorce between Kim and Croy, I don't see it getting messy because I don't think they have anything to divvy up. Unfortunately, I don't think they have anything to divvy up. I think the only thing that Kim and Croy are going to have an issue with is custody of those kids. And to be honest with you, oh, oh, those kids, I'm going to pray for them. That's all I got to say. Let me know what you guys think about that, and we're going to pause here and move on to the next story. All right, you guys, so the next story, I kind of want to piggyback on the story that we talked about earlier, and I should have put it with that story. So you guys know that last weekend was Essence Fest, right? So you had a lot of people who were out there. I really do want to go to Essence Fest. That is going to be something that I definitely want to do, is go to Essence Fest. I may go. Oh, I really kind of want to go. I will see next year. So you guys know Megan Thee Stallion. She performed. Janelle Monáe. So many other people performed. But the biggest things are the critiques about Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe. The first person that I want to call out is Uncle Luke. He want to talk about his Janelle Monáe going through a midlife crisis. Uncle Luke, you ain't got nobody's room to talk about anybody. Well, let's go back to the 90s and let's just look at the songs that, I mean, we just had a good time to your songs at the BET Awards. Doodoo Brown. Like, sir, you ain't got nobody's room to talk about nobody at all. So yeah, put the up to the shut. So India Arie, she had to come out and clarify her critiques of Essence Festival performances from Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe. After claiming that the provocative displays won't age well, the 47-year-old elaborated that the statement was not personal towards either musician. Taken to her Instagram story on Wednesday, July 5th, the brown-skinned singer explained in all caps, "This is not an issue of any of my sisters, period." In an attempt to provide clarity, I'm an old-school, long-time affirming voice for women. My record speaks for itself. I love humanity, even in all its bullish. LOL. Read the multi-slide uploaded repost. Oh, I want to find her original comment. She continued, but also, I do this work my whole adult life, the work of uplifting and loving and affirming and supporting the wellness of black women and all people at large. How effective I was, I guess depends on who you ask. But for 20 plus years, I ran 100 miles an hour at all times in the name of healing. So when I see something that sparks my personal mission, I speak. The wordy post concludes, lastly, in case anyone missed it, I do not make a practice of publicly criticizing my sisters. My thoughts are around Essence Festival and context, which really is logic. I'm not addressing this anymore. Peace. Why is it so hard for people to understand? It's crazy to me the level of explanation needed, and why is everything a thing? It's you, not me. LOL. So y'all done bullied India Arie, and she had to come out and, make a statement, another statement. So let's see if I can find what she originally said. So India reads recent remarks about Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe as she more or less predicted when making the comments in question have received pushback. In case you missed it, the singer shared a lengthy comment on a post from the official Essence Instagram account in which the publication was celebrating one of numerous highlights from the latest edition of its Essence Fest. Both Megan and Janelle were on this year's lineup, which also featured a range of additional performers, including but not limited to Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill was there. Was her chakras aligned? Gucci Mane. Oh, Gucci there was there. Yeah, I really do want to go to. I really do want to go to Essence Fest. So I think this is what she originally said. The issue is what is context. NER rewrote in a comment shared on the post seen above. Humanity does everything, but does everything belong in a stage? No. Is everything for kids? Is everything for kids? Let me ask this question. If Essence Fest is for adults, and if you're going to go see Megan Thee Stallion and you're going to see Janelle Monáe currently, you know that their acts are not for kids. So why do you have kids with you if you're going to see them? But okay. So she says, is everything for kids? No. Is everything for everybody? No. That part is true. When we as a culture make something like this mainstream, it shows a lack of discretion and discernment. To those in the comments who laugh at anyone who wants these things for our culture, you certainly have that right. Just as many folks have the right to want our mainstream international export music to show us in a respectful light. I'd like to go on the record saying this won't age well, and that's my issue. So let me say this. You're saying that this won't age well, but the things that Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe do on stage, it's been done for years. I'll give you guys a very known artist who has done some very, very, very provocative things on stage. And her name is Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim has done some provocative things on stage. And, nobody has really, yeah, probably back in the day people said, oh, that ain't gonna age well. I mean, I remember Lil' Kim when she went to the MTV Awards with her titties out. But if and I always find it that people say this for us, right? But you never really hear it for them, right? Because I'll give you guys one of their artists who is very, prayers up to her, by the way, Madonna. Madonna has done so much stuff on the stage. Like, come on. Let's go back to when she kissed Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera at the MTV Awards as well. So it's always okay when it's okay for them, but for us, it's not. And I don't have an issue with what she said. It just feels kind of like you are policing women's bodies. And it also kind of feels like maybe, I'm not saying that this is what India is doing, but it can be perceived this way as if we are slut shaming as well. So, she's entitled to her opinions, and I don't have an issue with her opinions, but to say that it won't age well, let me know what you guys think. And let's pause here and move forward. All right, you guys, next up, let's talk about Peter Thomas. This man has Jesus. People have got to stop giving Peter Thomas money because he got so many issues in his life. And he got 99 problems, and money is always one. So, it says here that Miami double whammy. Peter Thomas faces second restaurant eviction lawsuit for $400,000 in bar one back rent. Lord, that is a lot of money. So, Peter Thomas is in legal trouble for funny money again. Now, why y'all got to do this? Y'all got to put Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband. Okay. Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband faces an eviction lawsuit for his bar one Miami Beach due to nearly $500,000 in unpaid rent. Isn't that the bar one that they went to last season on the Real Housewives of Potomac where Wendy threw the drink at Mia threw the drink at Wendy? Ooh, and never mind, I'm going to keep that to myself. The former Real Housewives of Atlanta star seems unbothered and all about his literal business on social media. However, a new lawsuit will likely force Bar One to move, if not shut down in Miami completely. According to Radar Online, Bentley Bay Retail LLC filed eviction documents against the Miami hotspot. They signed a commercial lease with the landlord in 2018. This isn't even the first eviction lawsuit Bar One Miami since it opened in 2019. We all know what happened to most businesses, especially restaurants during COVID. The new eatery understandably struggled. Bentley Bar Retail LLC started eviction proceedings, but Peter's businesses worked out a settlement to pay the initial $270,000 in back rent. Now history is repeating. The restaurant could only keep the location if it never defaulted on another payment. If one more check gets flagged for insufficient funds, the settlement from 2020 would be void. I guess that happened. So it says, well, according to court documents, Bar One didn't just miss one payment after that. The lawsuit accused Peter of submitting bounce checks for July 2022, August 2022, and September 20. Oh, no. Scratch that. July 2022, August 2022, September 2022, October 2022, and March of this year. Peter, you out there writing hot checks? You know that that's against the law, right? You know that you can go to jail for that, right? Okay. You wrote one hot check, two hot checks, three hot checks, four hot checks, and five hot checks, plus whatever hot checks you wrote in 2020. 2020, they let you slide because we were in a global pandemic, but they said, F you, Peter Thomas, we want our money. One thing, somebody tweeted, because I'm reading the tweet, it says, one thing about Peter Thomas, he not going to pay them bills, baby. And for me, the fact, like you guys know how I feel about Wendy. And I said that last season, that was a storyline for her to open up a business with Peter. And I was like, girl, have you not heard any of the horror stories when it comes to Peter Thomas and his legal issues? Girl, run for the hills. Absolutely not. So it says the time to talk is over, according to court documents. After rent, outstanding costs, utility charges, and sales taxes, Peter reportedly owes his landlord $422,000. All the property owner wants is to get rid of Bar One Miami for good. I don't mean to laugh, but that is hilarious. What is wrong with Peter and paying his bills? What does he do with his money? I mean, he allegedly doesn't pay his employees. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. That's all I can say. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Adele. Baby, Adele said y'all better try somebody else and not her. So you guys know there have been a slew of issues where we actually talked about this last week or the week before when that singer BB Rexa had got hit in the face by a phone, and she got hit in the face by her phone. Well, Adele said to her audience, "I effing dare you to throw something at me, and I will effing pop you, right? Take you out, make you me, God." Oh, that's right. Isn't she doing a Vegas residency? I would love to see Adele. I really would. She had one of them t-shirt guns in her hand, like where like when you go to a football game and the little air guns. She had one of those, right? But yeah, she told her audience, "I dare you guys." Yeah, during one of her weekends with Adele shows in Las Vegas, Adele called out the concert goers who have been making headlines for bizarre objects they throw on stage as of late. Have you noticed how people are like forgetting effing show etiquette at the moment? People just throwing ish on stage. Have you seen them? Adele asked the crowd in a fan taken video on Twitter. She jokingly continued, "I effing dare you. Dare you to throw something at me. I will effing unlive you. Stop throwing things at the artist when you can oh, Stop throwing things at the artist when you can shoot things to people. I've been seeing these people. These people lost it. Can you imagine? Adele added while wielding a t-shirt gun in her elegant ball gown, which is sure to become the next Adele meme. She then dissolved into laughter after shooting a shirt into the crowd and said, "It's a total reverse. I've got to go back over and give my t-shirt gun back." Yeah, but Adele said, "Y'all try." Here's my thing, and I said this last or whenever I talked about it. Why are y'all paying good money to go see these artists if y'all are going to do stupid stuff like that? It makes absolutely no sense to me. But if y'all like it, I don't love it because I just think it's dumb to spend your money because that tells me that you hate the person that you're going to see, and I wouldn't pay to see somebody that I hate. But again, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below, and we're gonna pause here and move forward, and we're almost at an hour. All right, you guys. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is some divorce and separation talk, you guys. So the first thing to talk about is Stevie J and Faith Evans. So it looks like Stevie and Faith's, it's looked like their marriage has been the divorce has been settled, right? So this Faith Evans and Stevie J have reportedly finally settled their lengthy and bitter divorce battle, despite the former having promised months ago that he would win his ex-wife back. Per Radar Online, court documents show on Monday, July 3rd, Evans informed the court that she had entered into a written agreement regarding their property and their marriage or domestic support partnership rights, including support. While the terms of the deal have yet to be revealed, the R&B singer submitted a copy to the court, and it reportedly includes spousal support and attorney fees. Girl, you finna pay Stevie J spousal support? Oh, that is. Hopefully, if she does pay him some spousal support, he will do the right thing and pay some child support. That's neither. You didn't hear me say that, but I did. The following read: there are irreconcilable differences that have led to the irremediable breakdown of the marriage or domestic partnership, and there is no possibility of saving the marriage or domestic partnership through counseling or other means. The messy divorce between a Love and Hip Hop pair. Faith has never been on Love and Hip Hop like that. I think she's made some appearances on Love and Hip Hop, but Faith has never been on Love and Hip Hop. So don't say the Love and Hip Hop pair. Let's not do that. But it's dragged on for over 2 years now. As previously reported, things came to a head in April after Stevie was ordered to turn over his estranged wife's vehicle after she claimed he stole it to drive to Coachella. Faith Evans filed an emergency motion to have the car, a 2023 a Mercedes Sprinter van. Faith, I got a question for you, sis. A Sprinter van? Girl, what do you do with a Sprinter van? Do you drive that for fun? A Sprinter van? Okay. So, she wanted to return as she purchased it this year with her own money. The incident in question allegedly started on April 12th after Evans went to bed, at which point Stevie took the keys and drove away with the vehicle she claimed. What in the world? So let me ask this question. Stevie, you were going to Coachella in a Sprinter van. Child, that thing looks damn near like the Scooby-Doo van. What the fuck are y'all doing with, oh my God. I am done. I can't with these two. Evans says she followed up with Stevie and asked him to return the vehicle, but he declined. She added in the docs that she had previously filed a police report reporting the vehicle stolen, which the court granted and ordered the car be returned immediately. The You So Love Me singer also asked the court to intervene to make sure Stevie J couldn't drive the van, as well as her other vehicles, including a 2020 Mercedes G-Wagon and a Chrysler Pacifica. Faith, why do you have a minivan? What? Because a Chrysler Pacifica is a minivan, you guys. I know that because I work in insurance, and I see that is a car that I see quite a lot. Faith, why you got so you got a Sprinter van, a Chrysler Pacifica, a minivan. You got two vans. You got two vans, and you got a G wagon. Girl, I cannot. Y'all, we gonna move on from Faith and Stevie because I ain't got much more time for I ain't got much more for Faith and Stevie. Let's move on to the next couple who, well, it came out that Kyle Richards from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and her husband Mauricio Umansky are separated. This comes to us from People Magazine. Now, Kyle and Maurizio both came out with statements the next day denying it. So, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky aren't getting a divorce anytime soon. But see, it never said anything about y'all getting a divorce. It really just said that y'all were separated. Separated doesn't mean the same thing as divorce. Just letting that be known. And I'm not taking any glee in what's going on with them. So the couple clarified their relationship status in a joint Instagram statement following reports they had separated after 27 years of marriage. In regards to the news that came out about us today, any claims regarding us divorcing are untrue. They never said divorce, Kyle. They said separated. Richards and Umansky wrote, however, yes, we have had a rough year, the most challenging one of our marriage. But we both love and respect each other tremendously. There has been no wrongdoing on anyone's part. Speaking of that, the reason why she said that is because there was this report out that Kyle is dating a woman, I think her name is Morgan something. She's a country singer, and she's 28 years old. And I was like, oh, so Kyle likes the kitty click. Okay, I mean, I don't have nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with that. So they continued. Although we are in the public eye, we ask to be able to work through our issues privately. While it may be entertaining to speculate, please do not create false stories to fit a further salacious narrative. Thank you for your love and support. You know, it is what it is with Colin Maurizio. If they separated, they're separated. If they're getting a divorce, they're getting a divorce. If they're gonna stay together, they're gonna stay together. I honestly wish nothing but the best for them. And I wholeheartedly mean that, right? You guys know I like Kyle from Beverly Hills. I actually like Kyle. Um, I did see a lot of people talking about what Allison, the medium, told Kyle on season 2, or was it season 1 of Beverly Hills when that woman had that e-cigarette. I will say Allison. I liked her response because she didn't take any glee in it, and I like that response. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Faith and Stevie, and also let me know what you guys think about Kyle and Mauricio, more specifically Faith and Stevie. Faith, once again, girl, I'm just doubling back. A minivan and a Sprinter van. Ain't your kids grown? Maybe she got grandkids. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys, to the next story. All right, you guys. Next up, we still got a few more stories left to go. Next up, let's talk about Michael Jordan. So, if you guys are not familiar and you don't know what's going on with Michael Jordan, so Michael Jordan was asked by TMZ, what are his thoughts and does he agree with, Larsa Pippen and his son Marcus Jackson dating? Now, you guys know Larsa has been going around lying, saying she's met, Michael and Juanita, and, they are okay with the relationship. So Michael Jordan was flat out asked, what do you feel? Do you approve of the relationship? He said, absolutely not. I was like, I knew that for a fact. I knew that for a fact. Speaking of which, I think today was her birthday because I saw that, Marcus had posted something for her birthday and it was so cringy. Ugh. I'm sorry, but that boy looks like never mind. If you put, he looked like he wrote the yellow short bus. Just saying. Literally. But, are you guys surprised? And the funny thing is how everybody was so upset with Tamron Hall, who is a actual journalist, for asking her the questions that she asked her. Y'all know I'm a big fan. I'm no fan of Larsa. I don't see it for Larsa, but I'm not shocked that Michael Jordan don't see it for that relationship. Honestly, when you kind of think about it, I'm not gonna say for him. It just feels like they probably are spiting both parties because y'all know Michael and Scotty are not fans of each other. So I've wondered that from time to time. But hey, again, if they like it, I love it. I couldn't care less. So let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. All right, you guys. So let's talk about Love and Hip Hop real quick. I did my live of Love and Hip Hop on Tuesday after the episode went off, and I didn't want to go too deep into what I wanted to say, but let's talk about it right here, right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is Mama D. Mama D had the audacity to come on social media. Now, Mama D, I get it that you don't like Bambi, and that's fine and dandy. You don't have to like that girl. But for Mama D to get on social media and get on her high horse and have comments for Bambi, basically telling her, because the fact that Bambi is posting these, sexy pictures of herself, I guess, and she's telling her how to be a woman or something. I'm trying to find it because I was like, not Mama D telling Bambi how to be a woman, but you were a whole PIMP. Like, you were a whole PIMP. So what Bambi is, showing her body on social media. What that got to do with you, Mama D? Like, that was always your issue. That was always, and I think that's forever and always going to be the issue with Mama D and Scrappy. Mama D is too invested in Scrappy's life. That is a grown man, and I'm going to put a little air quotes on a grown man, but I feel like Mama D has always just been too invested in Scrappy's life and the women that he's involved with. Because if you think about it, she didn't like Erica. She didn't like Bambi. The only woman that she liked that he was involved with was Shay. And honestly, I feel like that was because Shay took care of that bum. Like, so yeah, for Mama D to have the audacity to tell Bambi how to be a woman, I'm like, but you were an entire PIMP. So how do you have anything in you to tell some woman how to be a woman? And you did what you did to women. Make it make sense, Mama D. Speaking of Scrappy, let's just delve into Scrappy and how low of a man he is. Now, you guys remember this season already, Bambi had to move out of their house with their 3 children because Scrappy wasn't paying his portion of the rent, right? So, what did Scrappy do this week or last week? Went and bought himself a home. I was like, what kind of a man are you? Oh, that's right, Scrappy. You're not a man. You are a grown ass little boy. Because that is so disgusting that your wife, now ex-wife, and your 3 children didn't have anywhere to go because you selfishly didn't pay your portion of your rent and your family got evicted. And you didn't, like, I just don't understand how that makes no sense to me. You went and bought a house for yourself, but with your family, you didn't give one iota of a fuck about your family. And that's why I said in my video, my live this week, that with Bambi, girl, count your blessings that you are done with this man. He's a grown ass man child, and the reason why Scrappy is the way he is today currently is because of his mama and the way that she raised him. As K. Michelle said, you can't raise a man, and you definitely can't raise a little boy like that. Scrappy, ooh, I know Scrappy has his issues, but absolutely not. Mm-mm. Girl, count your blessings. Do what's best for you and your kids, because as you can see, he don't give a hot diggity dog damn. Oh, my stomach turned upside down when I saw that man moving into his house. I said, I know you fucking lying. I know you lying. Sir, go straight to the double hockey sticks. But you guys, let's pause here and we're going to wrap up these last two stories, shall we? All right, you guys. So the first story that I want to say, the first thing I want to say is a rest in peace. So Robert De Niro's 19-year-old grandson, he was found unresponsive and he passed away. And I think he was 19 years old. So they believe it might have been a overdose. And if that's the case, that is so terrible. So prayers up to that family. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is Bill de Blasio, him and his wife, they're separating or are they divorcing? But either way it go, they're going to be living in the same house with each other. I was like, oh wow, they're going to live in the same house with each other and they're going to date people. I was like, how is that going to work? How y'all going to date people and live in the same house? Like, okay, I mean, you know what? I can't talk because I got family members who I have. Yeah, I cannot put my family's business out there, but I have family members. Actually, my grandfather and my grandmother, they didn't live together, but they were still technically married up until his time, until he passed away. And my grandfather had numerous girlfriends after him and my grandmother had split up. They split up even before I was born, so I ain't judge him. But hey, that's it, you guys. That's all I got. Like this video, you guys. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and turn your post notifications on. And I will catch you guys later. So what do we have? So Ready to Love is back tonight. When you guys see this, it's Friday. So Ready to Love is back tonight. Bell Collective. So I will be doing my live. I will be doing my recorded videos of Bell Collective and Ready to Love, and then join me Saturday. Tomorrow, Saturday. Join me Saturday for what are we doing Saturday? Oh, I'm doing a live Saturday for Ready to Love, and then Sunday, join me for a live Sunday for Love and Marriage Detroit, and then I will have my video up for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then Real Housewives of Atlanta will be back Sunday as well. And that's it, you guys. Yeah, but you guys, hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys had a great week. This week went by kind of fast, and the fact that the holiday was on Tuesday, it really threw me off. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. This is the longest Hot Topics that I've ever done. This is an hour and 10 minutes. Now, it might be less than that in editing, but this is a long Hot Topics, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And I will see you guys later. Stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And we do this every single week. Trying to get back to the same time, same place, same channel, same host. And I'll see you guys for something else. Bye, guys.